It is time for more Panther basketball here in Magnet Cove, Arkansas. And we've got a team from the southeast corner of the state, the Woodlawn Lady Bears, coming up to Panther Gymnasium. And I welcome you to the Magnet Cove Student Network here. And as we will have our pregame festivities, as I like to call it, as we will pause for a prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance and then the national anthem. So please maintain here on the Magnet Cove Student Network as we begin the pregame festivities. And now we'll have our Pledge of Allegiance. Always great to give respect to the great country that we live in and are able to play this game. But the PA will now have the starting lineups. So it's going to be the starting lineups there for the Woodlawn Lady Bears. This ought to be a good game. And one thing I want to point out, Will, before we get this thing going is this is conference play. This is when they really start to matter. You know, you look at a newly aligned conference for the Panthers, moving from that 2A5 now to the 2A8, more the South Arkansas swing. But if you talk to the coaches, they find their odds more favorable in this conference. And you look definitely on the boys' side. I had a long conversation with Coach Long about this exact matter. Is, you know, I think that three of the 8 teams, or 2 of the 8 teams in our region made it to the state tournament, and one of those was our district. And it happened to be Bigelow, who ended up winning the entire tournament. So, you know, you have teams like Cutter, teams like Bigelow, teams like England, all in your conference. It's going to be hard as a 4 seed if you fall to all 3 of those. But now in the conference you're in, it's kind of a wide open scheme with the teams we have now.
Yeah, and the problem is that most of these teams are football schools instead of only basketball schools.
Well, I mean, Woodlawn is going to be about your only school that is just basketball. But you look at Woodlawn's success in baseball. State runner-up last year in baseball, losing to Ouachita. And you have somebody who is going to be actually tipping the ball off for the Lady Bears, a pitcher committed to the University of Arkansas under Courtney Doffel and Lily Faye McWhirter. So Woodlawn gets the ball to start here, and there's a lot you could discuss on that, Will, and we'll get more in depth into that as the game goes on. But a quick turnover. So the defense coming up big for the Panthers as it did during the battle at the Cove the last couple weeks, and now the Panthers see if they can't get something started offensively. Looks to be a 1-3-1 look for the Lady Bears this evening.
Yeah, and I heard Coach Finley talking earlier this week, and he was saying to his team to watch out for number 4, number 15, the Arkansas pitcher commit.
Yes.
And number 5 for Woodlawn specifically.
And there it is. Those the last 3 games, the Panthers, the last 3 home games that I have seen, the Panthers have started the game with a 3, and that one right there is from Ava Harrington. So Panthers starting off hot again thus far.
And actually the previous game was also started off by a 3 from Ava Harrington.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So Ava's been that quick offensive spark as they get another intercepted pass on the other end and going to try to turn it into points offensively.
The key, I think, for the Panthers tonight is just to hold on to the ball better, because in the last game they played, it was a problem for them.
Wow. Holding on to the ball is no issue when you can shoot it like that. Panthers up 6-0, and so the 2 quick turnovers has started a 6-0 run for the Panthers.
And this is what the Panthers thrive off of, both the senior girls and senior boys teams, just fast break points that turn into 3s or really quick 2s. And another turnover for Woodlawn. They have.
Yeah, so 3 offensive possessions for the Lady Bears, 3 offensive turnovers. Panthers really haven't had to feed it inside. Deep 3 and 2 short. That one was almost to the logo. So a very, very deep 3. And Will, you look at that, and that's the first drop possession for the Panthers.
Yeah, they've started off quick, and this is what they have to do if they want to have success. They just got to do
but
what
they got to defend that also, as J.C. Hoyt gets the 3 there and brings it within a 1-possession game. And the first turnover for the Panthers.
Turnovers are a key reason why the game against Caddo Hills at the last game of the Battle of the Cove for them was so close. They're going to have to limit those and limit Woodlawn's easy shots if they're going to want to pull this one out, because Woodlawn isn't a bad team. They're 5-4 right now, and they've only lost to teams that are arguably going to finish top of conferences, like Poen is.
Yeah, Poen's got a squad over there. When they come to Panther Gymnasium, it will be a game. So Rantham's going to go up there. Bailey will draw the foul, not get the shot to go, so she will go to the line for the first charity stripe attempts for either team tonight.
And Poen, as far as my memory, going back all the way to Pee Wee, they have been one of the 3. They were one of the 3 biggest struggles for us then, and they are still a struggle for our teams right now. So Poen, really good basketball program.
They've got some athletes. And so we have our first sub of the game, and that's going to be Sarah Dixon come in. And so we'll have to see what she can offer up. And Rantham goes 0 for 2. Scuffle for the ball there on the high post, but Woodlawn's going to come away with it.
And
that's going to be out on a Panther. I believe that was a kicked ball. I believe kind of got scuffled away underneath the feet. So Panthers 0 for 2 here from the charity stripe. Free throws, those can become big in a tight game. And now, like I said before the game, we're in conference. So what happens tonight at Panther Gymnasium could have an effect come January also.
Yes, the Panthers need to win these games against, like, teams that are probably, if I had to make a guess, finishing middle of the pack to possibly like a top 3 finish in the conference. They need to win these games. So
Well,
that whenever they play teams,
and really will, as the Panthers score there to extend the lead, these games like this can determine whether you're middle of the pack or top 3.
yeah, it's just like, it's honestly kind of like Arkansas football and Arkansas basketball. It's like you just like lose to the teams that are going to finish like 7th or 8th in the SEC or conference. It'd be like 4 and 5, and that can determine if you're 4 and 5 or if it can determine if you're top 3.
And so a close game brewing here as we have a 6-point game with 4:39 left to go in the first. As a quick inbound play there by the Bears, now going to slice and dice the rim. No shot, and then they'll get it outside for the 3, and that one is buried from the corner. That is going to be Kelsey Mack.
You know, welcome to see this many threes being made after one game we commentated. It was like, 1 for 16 to start for threes.
Yeah, it really determines the team as that 3 is no good. Offensive rebound there, but McWhorter's going to knock the ball away, and Woodlawn will have possession and reset the offense.
Rebounds are also a huge part of this game since both teams are really good at making threes. Whenever one of the teams misses a 3, it matters if it's the offense or the defense that comes up with it.
And there is an intercepted ball by Malin Tanaka, and she's going to push it out in transition. And they're going to leave Harrington open again and just off the front of the iron.
And that is not the look you want to leave the Panthers. They are lethal.
No, and definitely throughout the first part of this season, as that one will tie this game up. So Woodlawn started down 6-0, and now they are tied. They have tied this game at 9. Have to see if they can get a stop here and get their first lead of the game. They get the stop as the offensive rebound there by J.C. Hoyt, going to push it out over the court, and she will be fouled as she goes up.
Free throws, well, seems like Dalton are going to be huge this game. Panthers have missed 2. If Woodlawn can make 1, then that gives them the lead with just
and that would be
3.
Woodlawn's first lead of the game.
And that's not free throws, actually. That is.
Oh, they're going to call that one on the floor. Okay. So scuffle for the ball. And another 3, and that one's missed, and another defensive rebound. As we have a whistle.
And subbing for the Panthers, that's Praying in for Harrington.
So a 9-9 game here with just over 2 minutes left to go. And another turnover. So Woodlawn's going to turn it over and give the ball back to the Panthers.
And, you know, Dalton, something I just noticed, both teams are running a 1-3-1. Woodlawn's running a 1-3-1, and I believe at least the last possession, the Panthers just ran a 1-3-1 defense. So that's going to be interesting to see whose 1-3-1's better, or does a better job, I should say.
Yeah, come down to execution at that point. And there's a tipped ball. That was the active hands there of Dixon as the Panthers reset off the inbounds play. Great ball movement thus far from the Panthers.
And just like with man-to-man, ball movement is what will deal with a 1-3-1 defense very effectively. Move the ball around the 1-3-1 zone. We'll have to spread out to match each pass, because that's how 1-3-1 works. You just match each pass to where it forces them to stay outside. But if you can outmaneuver them passing or cutting-wise, then it's not very much use.
And that first one there from Buckley, who is checked in, is no good. And that's the second foul on Addison Holland, and she will take a seat here in the latter half of the first quarter. That one rattles in, gives the Panthers, maintains their lead. Minute and a half left to go in the first. Panthers up by 1 in this conference opener.
And the three from Woodlawn goes right home.
And that is Woodlawn's first lead of the game. As they get a loose ball, but going to go out, and so that will go back to the Panthers. But with under a minute left to go, Woodlawn finds themselves with a 2-point lead.
Panthers need to respond right here. That would give them some much-needed momentum at nearing the end of the first quarter.
45 seconds, a pull-up jumper from 15 foot, no good from Taylor Tanaka. Scope for the ball, and Dixon's going to come away with it. Got a 9-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Ball's tipped up. Malin Tanaka is going to come down with it, but she will be fouled by Catherine Dixon of the Lady Bears. With 21.5, the Panthers can reset the offense and get the last shot here in the first quarter.
And Mack has checked in for Woodlawn.
.13 seconds left to go. The floater banks it in as Malin Tanaka ties this game up all at 12.
Woodlawn trying to get the last shot off.
And the heave, the three, is off the mark there for Hoyt. So we have got a game knotted up at 12 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back with more action.
Do you have some land you need cleared to build on? Call Hartzell Farms and Excavating. Do you need some excavation done on your property? Call Hartzell's Farms and Excavating. Hartzell's Farms and Excavating, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company with 20-plus years of experience in the construction business. Owner Vernon Hartzell will be happy to see how he and his crew can meet your needs. Free estimates can be given by calling number 870-210-0204. Again, that number is 870-210-0204. Thank you for your business.
All knotted up at 12 here in Panther Gymnasium as we start the second quarter of this conference opener for the senior girls, as Woodlawn has strolled into Magnet Cove and outscored the Panthers 12-6 as the Panthers started out on a 6-0 run, and then Woodlawn came storming back.
And, that's the thing. Momentum can shift very quickly in a basketball game.
And there's a three, and they gave Ava too much space as she sinks that one to make it a 15-12 game.
And, while the Lady Panthers are very balanced, Ava Harrington is the closest thing that the Panthers have to a three-point ace on their team. She is lethal from three, and you just do not give her space.
And a three on the other end's no good. Rebound, McWhirter down there, but Buckley's going to come away with it. They are going to have to respect the three-point line for the Panthers as that pass is errant, so it will be Woodlawn basketball.
And, at least so far, the Panthers have improved on their ball handling, at least compared to the Caddo Hills game in the last game of the Battle of the Cove, which was a real sore spot for both teams. And at least so far, the Panthers seem to be doing better on that front. That and missed opportunity there by Woodlawn as Ava takes it almost all the way back. But
yeah, the floater's no good, but there's the offensive rebound. As they're going to leave Buckley, but she's going to take a three, and that one's off the mark, as that will be Woodlawn basketball going the other way. So a slow start to this second quarter as the three is the only points that have been scored thus far. And you look at Woodlawn's path to get here. They have played Carlisle, England, Camden, Harmony Grove, or Washita County. No, they did not play Camden, Washita County. They have played Carlisle, England, Smackover, Hermitage, at Cutter. And they went and played DeWitt in the Dragon Classic down there, and then they played Gurdon, Fordyce. They went to Drew Central for the mini-state tournament and faced Alpena, and then they played Poet. So that is who Woodlawn has faced this far. Seeing if they can do that, and you have the score of that Poen game, and you look at it's 50-24, and you just really you think, well, that's either one team's hysterically good or another team is not so great. But I follow all of the Poen athletes and coaches, and you can just see how good Poen is this year, Will. And I really think Poen is the team to beat, in my opinion. I just think they're leaps and bounds, definitely with Coach Schaefer over there, and they've played everybody, it seems like, already. So
it'll be interesting to see how the Panthers play them, though, because it's going to look like both the boys and the girls teams are doing really good for Poen, but the Panthers girls and boys are also doing a whole lot better. So it'll be very interesting to see how the top three of the conference shakes down, because Poen will be up there. It's just interesting to see who will be the other teams up there for the conference.
So you look at the looks like we're going to have a timeout here. I'm trying to find something here, and it's not wanting to pull up. But, yeah, the reclassification of conferences is why these two teams find themselves in the same conference. And so we're going to have another turnover. So both teams really not controlling the ball very well. So you look at teams that have played a conference game. The Panthers were supposed to play 2 conference games last week, but due to teams still playing football and the AAA rule upon how much rest each athlete has to have between sports, we're not allowed to play Junction City or Fordyce. So this is the first conference game for the Panthers, as Woodlawn has played 2. They're 1-1 in those. Like we mentioned, that loss coming to Poen. And you look at the top of that conference, and you see Junction City and Poen, and I think it will come down to those 2, in my opinion.
I think Parker's Chapel's also going to be fighting for a spot up there.
Yeah, well, not if the Panthers keep shooting the ball like that. Another 3 as the Panthers kind of have hit a little lull here in the second quarter, but have outscored the Lady Bears 6-0 here in the second quarter of this matchup.
It's been a very interesting scoring dynamic because while the Panthers do have a 6-0 run, it has taken them almost 5 minutes to do it.
As Woodlawn gets on the scoreboard for the first time in the second quarter, and we have a 24-point first quarter, and now we are sitting at an 8-point second quarter halfway through this thing. So there is it in transition. That's Hoyt looking to take it all the way. She's going to be fouled.
And I believe they're going to the line for that. Yeah, they're going to the line. And they're going to get Bailey Rantham for her second.
Yeah, it's her second, so she's got to be careful moving into the rest of this game, definitely in the second half.
And Malin is leaving the game for the Lady Panthers as Prine goes in for her.
I'll mention this one more time. You're not used to seeing this as a conference game, and the new conference, the 2A8 for the Panthers is Junction City, Poen, Parkers Chapel, Woodlawn, Ouachita, your Magnet Cove Panthers, Hampton, Fordyce, and the Go Devils of Garden. So I will say this. I say it's the vast array of mascots. So I give it that award. You got Dragons, Indians, Trojans, Bears, Warriors, Panthers, Bulldogs, Redbugs, one of the most historic mascots in the state, and Go Devils. So good job by the AAA there to put all that together.
Also, a really good job spacing out the teams. You have Junction City like 10 minutes from the Louisiana border, 10, 20 minutes, and you have Magnet Cove and Poen like both like roughly an hour from Little Rock. So got them spaced out pretty far too. Which is the only thing I'm not looking forward about.
Yeah, gonna be some travel, definitely, but I like the conference. I really do.
And I mean, we're kind of used to traveling, having to go to like Two Rivers, Danville.
Oh yeah, for the 3A4, yeah.
And I believe that's Woodlawn's first free throw of the game.
Yeah, it's McWhorter at the line. That foul was on McIntyre.
And both shots good from the free throw line. Both defenses holding strong so far, though.
So we'll have a sub come in. That's going to be Madison Slosher.
In for McIntyre, I think.
We're going to have a timeout. That's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take a timeout too. We'll be back with more Panther basketball right after this.
There's nothing quite like cooking outdoors, eating outdoors, and just living close to nature. For over 50 years, Razorback Camper Sales has brought camping to families with a welcoming, no-pressure lot and no after-sales fee. We offer full prep and everything you need to leave the lot and start camping immediately. You'll also have access to the best service and parts department in the state. Isn't that right, Matt?
That's right, Papa.
Find out why our customers are always happy campers. Come see us in Hot Springs.
.150 left to go here in the second quarter as the Panthers find themselves up 21-16 over the Woodlawn Lady Bears. So Panthers will have the ball on their end of the floor. So tip ball there by Max, so that will go out of bounds. The floater no good, and the rebound there, and a heave down the court. Great ball movement down the floor there from Woodlawn as they are able to get past the Panther defense, but they got back in time as the Panthers set it back up. And the three rattles in and off, and a scuffle for the ball as the jump ball is called. That will remain Woodlawn possession. Another shot there from the corner, no good, and under a minute left to go, but an offensive rebound extends the possession for the Lady Bears, and now about a 20-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock as Woodlawn looks to get a shot off here before halftime. They're going to feed it inside. Cross pass is batted away. And the inbounds play rattles off as the shot's no good by Mack. And Panthers have 30 seconds to score on the other, and they're going to feed it inside to Prain, who kicks it back out to Harrington. Don't think Prain was ready for the ball down there on the block. They'll leave Harrington open on the wing, and she just misses, but now Prain's got it. Another offensive rebound as we're going to have a foul on McWhirter. So 13.3 seconds left before half. Panthers up 5 as they look to get the inbounds play. They get it in and now going to set it back up. 10 seconds left, 9 and counting. Panthers got to have something here, can really push the momentum for the last shot. And Rantham, they're going to have a miscommunication, and so they will not score before half. Panthers only up 5 on the Woodlawn Lady Bears as Coach Finley obviously wanted someone to shoot it there, and the Panthers did not communicate well enough to get the shot off. So we will have about an 8-minute break here, and then we'll be back with more basketball on the Cove Student Network.
There's nothing quite like cooking outdoors, eating outdoors, and just living close to nature. For over 50 years, Razorback Camper Sales has brought camping to families with a welcoming, no-pressure lot and no after-sales fee. We offer full prep and everything you need to leave the lot and start camping immediately. You'll also have access to the best service and parts department in the state. Isn't that right, Matt?
That's right, Papa.
Find out why our customers are always happy campers. Come see us in Hot Springs.
Do you have some land you need cleared to build on? Call Hartzell Farms and Excavating. Do you need some excavation done on your property? Call Hartzell's Farms and Excavating. Hartzell's Farms and Excavating, LLC is a veteran-owned and operated company with 20-plus years of experience in the construction business. Owner Vernon Hartzell will be happy to see how he and his crew can meet your needs. Free estimates can be given by calling number 870-210-0204. Again, that number is 870-210-0204. Thank you for your business.
second half action coming your way right now as we've got the conference opener between the Woodlawn Lady Bears and the Magnet Cove Panthers. So Panthers ended on the wrong foot at the end of that first half as Coach Finley wanted a score there but could not get it. Missed execution, but the Panthers will have the ball, so a chance to get it going. But the first half was a tale of two stories as the scoring was very, very prevalent in the first quarter, but not any whatsoever. So we'll have to see what the third quarter entails here at Panther Gymnasium between these two squads as Woodlawn looking for their second conference win and the Panthers looking for their first, as the three is no good by McIntyre. But the offensive rebound, and rebounding's been one of those things that it has been crucial for both squads, and who can ever really get the most rebounds has been able to score as the Panthers find themselves up 5, but 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Got to do something. And Braylon McIntyre will pull another three. That one's no good, but the offensive rebound there and the foul on Hoyt as she reaches in as Rantham goes up. So Bailey will go to the line to shoot a pair, and that is the first foul there on Hoyt for the Lady Bears.
And Hoyt was one of the players that Coach Finley was drilling the importance of guarding her in his team, because she can do a lot of things on offense, if I remember correctly. It was on Monday that I heard this. I took notes, but I came up from OBU, so I didn't have time to grab them. And scrap down low comes up in Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers been able to execute defensively, all not limiting 16 points. And they're going to leave Harrington wide open on the kick out and just far. But the offensive rebound by Malin Tanaka, and the putback is there.
That's going to be crucial if the Panthers want to extend the lead, Dalton. Second chance points.
Most certainly will. So a 24-26 game, only 4 points allowed in that second quarter by the Panther defense.
That'll be a 30-second timeout for the Panthers, I believe.
That is going to be on the Panthers, but we'll stay here. And one thing I want to hit on, Will, I just referenced it, only 4 points allowed, as the Panthers started out this game on a 6-0 run, and then the Bears came roaring back, and then only 4 points allowed in that second quarter. So we'll have to see what Woodlawn can come up with offensively against the Panthers, but they're looking good so far. I mean, it's not a substantial lead, but an 8-point lead is better than no lead. So they will have possession here, and I'm sure that they will try to get something brewing.
And Harrington gets the second chance shot. Great job there by Harrington driving inside.
So now 10-point deficit for the Lady Bears. Great ball movement around, as that's going to be a 3 attempt, and that one is nothing but net there for Sarah Dixon. So that ends the scoring drought for the Lady Bears as they find themselves back in this game only down 7.
Woodlawn comes up with the rebound, but I believe Woodlawn's running a relatively unique defense, at least in my opinion, a box and one.
Yeah, that's what it looks like defensively. It's when I've seen a couple times calling games throughout the years. You usually see a lot of 2-3s, 1-3-1, and man-to-man. As a great arcing three is no good there for Hoyt.
And for anyone who doesn't know listening, box and one is a combination defense, which means it's a combination zone and man defense.
Yeah, usually you have that box and one. The one person's going to be a man-to-man on somebody, as we're going to have a foul call there.
And the Panthers draw the shooting foul. That is on number 10 of Woodlawn, Sarah Dixon. And both shots off target for the Panthers as Woodlawn comes up with the rebound.
Just over 4 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. Oh, almost tipped away there by Tanaka. That's going to open a lane to the basket. And the shot's no good, but the kick out there, and that three rattles off, but another offense of rebound for the Bears. And the shot is up there and no good.
And they're going to rule that off of a Panther.
So Woodlawn is really held possession, honestly, for a minute down here and able to keep the Panthers off. And the pull-up shot there from 15 foot is no good. And now Harrington gets the rebound, loses it in transition. A tie-up for the ball, jump ball, and that's going to be going to the Panthers. Or, the Bears. They had one ref singling one way and one ref singling another.
They're going to rule that out on the Panthers. But, you know, something Woodlawn's done a pretty good job at is playing a fast-paced offense that keeps the Panthers' defense on their toes. And almost a great job by Woodlawn. McWhorter, the only person down there for Woodlawn, came up with the rebound, or steal, but she traveled, unfortunately. So Panthers maintain possession. And the three is buried by McIntyre.
Yeah, Panthers stretch their lead back out to 10 with just over 3 minutes left to go in the third. And the defense tonight has been great for the Panthers, as they're going to have a foul there. As they commit the foul there, as that is Taylor Tanaka. So Lily Fay goes 1 for 2 there from the stripe and makes the lead only 9 now for the Panthers. Great ball movement inside as it is stolen away. Another tie up there on the floor, as that one will maintain Panther possession there. That was Harrington and McWhorter down there tying up for the ball.
You know, I do love the look by the Panthers, though. The idea of trying to get Harrington to cut down in the middle where relatively nobody is and going up for the layup, great idea. Just Woodlawn was a little bit too quick in reacting to it. Harrington's shot just barely bounces off. And they're going to call a push on Taylor Tanaka. So 29-20 with 2:45 left to go in the third.
Taylor with 2 quick fouls here in the first really part of this third quarter.
That is not something you want to see as the Panthers, especially considering the Tanaka twins are a valuable part of the Panthers team.
Yeah, as one of them will drain a 3 right there. That's Malin, as the Panthers have their biggest lead of the night as they find themselves up 12. We will take a quick timeout here on the Manic Cove Student Network. We'll be right back with more 2A8 Conference basketball right after this break.
Do you have some land you need cleared to build on? Call Hartzell Farms and Excavating. Do you need some excavation done on your property? Call Hartzell's Farms and Excavating. Hartzell's Farms and Excavating, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company with 20-plus years of experience in the construction business. Owner Vernon Hartzell will be happy to see how he and his crew can meet your needs. Free estimates can be given by calling number 870-210-0204. Again, that number is 870-210-0204. Thank you for your business.
It's a 12-point lead for the home team as the visiting Woodlawn Bears try to crawl back into this one at Panther Gymnasium as they have possession here with just over 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. So they're going to have something offensively and really, truly will defensively if they're going to want to stop the Panthers. And quick possessions with no points is not how they're going to be able to convert that.
Yeah, this has been a game of three-pointers primarily for both teams, and Woodlawn just so far has made a few less three-pointers than Magnet, so they're going to have to stop Magnet from scoring threes, and Woodlawn is going to have to start making them, as that is how the vast majority of points in this game have been made so far.
Yeah, and it's been Harrington and the two twins and McIntyre all in on the action beyond the arc as 5 seconds left, and three there from Rantham's no good, and here comes the Bears out in transition. They're going to lose it.
That is.
And so that is going to be Hoyt, who is slow to get up. I think she came down awkwardly on her ankle from what it seemed. And she limps to the bench. We will resume action here with 1:15 left to go in the third. Panthers still up 12.
And you know, one thing I like about the Panthers' offense this game is that they've been really well balanced. Even though Harrington has scored most of their points, it's not a big difference between who scored points for the Panthers.
Yeah, and ball distribution has been big the entire game as Rantham misses a three on that end and gives the possession back to the Bears, but then they...
And, you know, that's something I like about a basketball team, because even though it's great to have a player like Golden State with prime Steph Curry, it's like when he'd score 30, 40 points a game, that's great, but whenever he doesn't score 30, 40
yeah,
points...
who's going to step up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like it when teams can be balanced, because if you can have, like, 3 people scoring 15, 20 points a game. That's better than 1 person scoring 40 points a game for you.
Yeah. So that was McWhorter there on the drive as she will be fouled by Rantham. That is her 3rd foul with 39 seconds left to go. A 4.3 second differential between the two clocks. As the offensive rebound there by Mack. And here comes the Lady Bears once more on offense, trying to find something, down 12 in the winding seconds of the 3rd quarter.
And another silent killer in this game has been free throws because neither team have been too good about making them. And that has been part of the reason why the deficit's so large is Harrington almost takes it coast to coast, and scrap will result in Woodlawn getting possession. As Prane and Taylor Tanaka check in for the Panthers.
5 seconds left to go here. Going to have a quick shot if you're Woodlawn as the seconds dwindle off, and they are not going to get the shot off in time, so the shot is waved off. Panthers stay hot in the 3rd quarter, so that will do it for the 3rd quarter. We got a low-scoring 32-20 game here at Panther Gymnasium in the conference opener.
There's nothing quite like cooking outdoors, eating outdoors, and just living close to nature. For over 50 years, Razorback Camper Sales has brought camping to families with a welcoming, no-pressure lot and no after-sales fee. We offer full prep and everything you need to leave the lot and start camping immediately. You'll also have access to the best service and parts department in the state. Isn't that right, Matt?
That's right, Papa.
Find out why our customers are always happy campers. Come see us in Hot Springs.
It's time for 4th quarter basketball here as the Panthers control their conference opener. This is the 3rd conference game that Woodlawn has played, but due to some AAA ramifications with football, the Panthers have not had the opportunity to play a conference game, so this is their first game of the new 2A8 that was formed due to the Arkansas Activities Association. So 8 minutes left to decide this one. Panthers up a convincing amount, but shots like that, if they could go in for Woodlawn, would claw them back into this game. And now they're going to feed it inside. And great ball movement here early. And shot no good there. And a turnover there. And now we're going to have some on-the-ball pressure. We haven't seen that all game from either squad. As the Panthers break it easily and get it up the floor, Tanaka thinking about going coast to coast. Not going to kick it out to her sister. So Panthers need to chew up all the clock they can and not give offense possessions to Woodlawn as they're just throwing it around the perimeter here. And now Prane going to drive. Prane up, shot no good. Rebound there with just a few ticks over 7 minutes left to go in this one.
And any type of point this quarter is going to be huge for either team. If the Panthers can get some shots to fall for them, that puts this game in a really good position for them. If Woodlawn can even make like 2 or 3, even 2-pointers in a row, that claws them back into a good position to rally back to a tie and possibly a win for them.
So the turnover by McWhorter flips to a turnover on the Panthers' end as they turn the ball over and get it back to the Bears. About a minute and a half into this quarters. No team has scored, but we'll have our first whistle.
They're going to get the Panthers for something.
And the shot there from McWhirter's no good, and the rebound there by Prain as she will get it out in the backcourt. And that one's too hot to handle there for Bailey Martin on the far side. So that will be a turnover with 6:16 left to go in this one.
And, you know, this box-on-one defense for Woodlawn's really got the Panthers flustered on offense right now. I don't think they were entirely expecting that or knowing how to respond to that. As Panthers take it coast to coast and just miss it.
We're going to have an offensive foul. No, we're going to have a – no, yes, I was right. I thought –
And that is an awkward position for the Panthers. That is Taylor Tanaka with her 4th foul. And another foul on the Panthers. That is Tasia Buckley with her 3rd. And this is not a position you want to be in as the Panthers. You have 2 people in foul trouble right now. And despite having a larger team than last year, you still don't have a whole world of depth to lean on in case multiple people get into really bad foul trouble. As Woodlawn buries a 3 from the corner.
Yeah, that's the only way, Will, that they're going to crawl back in this one as the Panthers evade the press again, and there's the drive. Great pass across the paint, but cannot connect from Bailey to Bailey.
And second 3 from Woodlawn, no good, but fantastic play. That great job bouncing it off of
Rantham there by Mack.
You know, I have mixed feelings about that. Whenever you bang it off somebody like harder than necessary, like throwing it at them like hard, then I really don't know what to think about. And
yeah, well, here comes the Bears. Will?
Yeah.
They have come out roaring as this is an 8-point game. We may have a game on our hands as that is the 3rd foul on the second foul on Lily Faye McWhirter. And a 3 from Buckley. Offensive rebound there. And we're going to have a timeout before they call the walk.
And this box-and-one defense for Woodlawn really stepping up big time right now.
Yeah. So with 4:42 left to go in this one, it is going to be an 8-point game as this was a 12-point game coming into this quarter. And you look at that, Will, and Woodlawn has got to get a defensive stop. And they have got to keep scoring offensively, whether that be the mid-range game with Lily Faye McWhirter or a deep ball from Mack or even Hoyt. We'll have to see who can produce for the Bears.
And at this point, Dalton, the Bears have started to pull back some momentum, so at this point it's going to be interesting to see whether you need your main players to just keep scoring or whether that momentum seeps into other players and starts affecting their ability to score, because that can happen. Whenever a team gets rolling, I don't know if there's a scientific explanation for it or not, but it just affects everyone on the team when you get momentum rolling in sports.
Oh, yeah, it really does. It really, momentum is one of those things that can win championships and lose championships. So 4:30 left to go in this one. A three is buried in the far corner by Malin Tanaka, as that will put the Panthers up 9.
And this is what the Panthers need to do. They just need to get a stop right now. And if you can just nail another shot like that.
And Woodlawn responds on the other end. And the Panthers break the press coming out across half court. And a long two is good. That's going to be a two there as her foot was on the line. So a 5-0 run coming out of that timeout for Coach Finley's Panthers. And like you just said, momentum is key as a 5-2 run, and we have a foul call there as McWhorter goes up.
And that is a great job by the Panthers saying no, ma'am, to Woodlawn getting the momentum in this basketball game, and that is the response you need when the other team's on the verge of getting a massive momentum shift.
Yeah. So now we have a 9-point game still as McWhorter makes the first one there.
And with just less than halfway to go in the fourth, this is a very critical time for Woodlawn.
Yeah, they've got to get something going defensively. They got to defend the beyond the arc very well. That has been what has hurt them majority of the night. Kazay, and you look at that and you see that Panthers have shot the ball exceptionally well from beyond the arc. So if that is gonna be the way that Woodlawn crawls back in this game, and time is of the essence. 3:45 looks like a lot of time, and it is in basketball terms, but at the same time it's going to go by in the snap of a finger. So this shot right here is even massive. If she can draw this deficit only to 7, that would be big for the Bears. And she just does that. So now a full court press for the Bears as they look to stop the ball movement, but a great press break there from the Panthers. And we'll have to see if they can chew some clock here as the drive is up. Shot no good there by Tanaka, but she gets her own rebound. And we have got a foul call. They're going to call that one on Malin. That's her second. And that is going to put them in the bonus. So now we will have free throws, and this could turn big. Will and Coach Finley's pleading his case to that call.
And free throws, believe it or not, can make or break a game. I remember an Arkansas basketball game a few years ago where Arkansas did not make a single three that whole game.
They made all their free throws and they ended up winning that game. I know which game you're talking about. That was an insane game.
And it's just free throws are.
So 1 for 2 there from the Charity Stripe. So a 2-possession game, and now full court man-to-man pressure as Praying gets it and now going to push it up, and the ball's batted away there. And the trap is there. And we're going to have a jump ball call, and so that will be Panther basketball with 3:13 left, and we could have a great 3:13 left in this game, Will. It's a 6-point game, and both teams know that this game could really have conference implications, if I could talk today.
You know, this game feels like it's like, I forget what year it is, 2018-19 Houston Rockets three-point shooting-wise. It's like every team shooting a three, and I mean, I forget the specific year. Where there was a time where Houston shot like most of their shots from three. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and a great steal there, and the Panthers have it out in transition. And you got to get across half court and chew all the clock you can, but the ball is stolen away. An errant pass. And on the other end, they are going to take advantage. So we have a 4-point game. This game has gotten close very quick as they're out in transition there. And now you got to slow down. Think about some things if you're the Panthers. And the three is just off the mark there from Harrington. And now here comes Hoyt in transition for the Lady Bears. And we're going to have a blocking foul there on Malin. No, excuse me, they're going to call that on McIntyre. Braylon and Malin were right there, as that is Braylon's second foul, but they can pull it within 2 with these free throws in a low-scoring game here as the first one is missed.
And, you know, looking back to the first half, those free throws in the first half that the Panthers and Woodlawn missed are coming back to really haunt them right now.
As we have a 3-point game with 2:10 left to go in this one. Panthers break the press across half court. Now going to look to drive, get it to the rim. As McIntyre corrals it there. And Harrington's going to lose it. And that's going to be off of Woodlawn, they say. So Panthers catch a break there as they look to convert offensively with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Dish it to McIntyre. McIntyre up and in. And that is what the Panthers have got to do as they extend the lead to 5 with 1:45 left to go in this contest. Hoyt on the other end driving, and she will draw the foul as she goes up with the floater on McIntyre, and she will go to the line for 2 shots. That's McIntyre's 3rd foul. The first one is off the front of the iron. Buckley's going to check in.
And I believe Woodlawn called the timeout.
Yes. Man, what a game this has. Panthers led by 12 at one point, 32-20. And Woodlawn has just come storming back as we found the score 39-34 with just few ticks under 2 minutes left to go in this contest. Will, if you're Woodlawn, what do you have to do here?
Well, you've just got to make the second free throw. You've got to hold the Panthers to nothing on defense, and you've got to get something on the next drive on offense. That gets you, depending on whether you make a 2 or a 3, down only 39 to either 37 or 38, which would be huge for Woodlawn, meaning they'd be only down 1 if, guesstimation, 1 minute left in the basketball game, which is a very winnable margin.
So it is looking to be a great game, and I am looking forward to it. So 1:45 left to go in this one, a 5-point game as Woodlawn has found themselves in the passenger seat looking to get in the driver's seat as that free throw is made, pulling it within 4 as the on-the-ball pressure resumes for the Lady Bears. Harrington splits defenders but loses the ball there to Mack, and she's going to be fouled. A crucial foul there from Buckley. And that is Buckley's 5th.
I believe that's her fouled out.
Yeah, she's fouled out. So she will take a seat with 1:37 left to go in this game. Panthers retain a lead of 4. And the first one is good, and Woodlawn finds themselves within 1 possession. And the second one, we've got a 2-point game. Panthers have got to have something offensively and cannot give up a turnover. Malin going to dish it to McIntyre. She goes up, and we're going to have a foul call. Only the second foul in the second half for Woodlawn, as that will be a shooting foul. So that will send McIntyre to the line. The first one is good. That is a major shot right there, Will. So they have to have a 3. But if you look at a 1:30 in basketball terms, it's still a lot of time.
It's too much time. And that is a moderately big shot for the Panthers. That puts them up 2 possessions at least, unless they somehow get a 4-point play, which is very hard to do in basketball, much less senior high girls basketball.
And, yeah, that one rattles off the rim, so that one's big. And now Malin Tanaka is going to take it herself across the timeline. And Panthers Harrington backs out there. Smart move by Ava. And now we will start the fouling fiasco with 1:07 left to go in this one. Panthers up by 4.
And here's the big thing about fouling. Like, it is necessary when you get late in games like this, but you have to make sure you foul the right person. You don't want to foul the person that's shooting 80, 90% from the free throw line. You want to foul the person shooting 50, 40% from the free throw line if you can manage that, which, granted, is a hard thing to do and keep track of in the middle of a basketball game. So that's always the problem.
So Coach Finley hustled across the floor to get the timeout called there before they could call the walk on the Panthers. But before we finish up this broadcast, we'll talk a little bit about the next broadcast. That's going to be the senior boys game as the Woodlawn senior boys face the Magnet Cove senior boys, and the Panthers looking to continue the improvement from last year, and it's shaping up to be a great game. I'll go ahead and tell you that much. So I'm looking forward to calling. I'll have Aiden Keeling, wow, that was bad, on the air with me for that game. So 57.3 seconds left here in the senior girls.
And that game against Woodlawn for the senior boys also has massive late season implications and tournament implications. Because, say, if the Panthers pull off the win against the Woodlawn senior boys, if it comes down to tiebreaker, that would be a huge tiebreaker to have for the Panthers, as that could be the determination between the 3, 4, and 5 seed for the boys Panthers, which would be massive.
Yep. So a foul with 56.3, as the next foul will put the Panthers in the bonus. As they foul Taylor Tanaka there with 51.4.
And that's bonus for the Panthers.
And she will go to the line.
Unfortunate miss for the Panthers right there, as that leaves the difference at 4 still with just over 50 seconds left to go.
She sinks the second one, so that is a crucial free throw there. The Bears got to get across the timeline and score quickly. 45 seconds and counting left to go in this one.
They've got to make a 3 right now, and that one.
The ball gets lodged. So now we will start the process of unlodging the ball. Usually in senior boys, somebody just jumps up there and gets it. But nobody can jump up there in senior girls. And Ava Harrington's going to come to the rescue and get the ball unlodged. So a 42-37 game with 41.5 seconds left to go in this one.
Woodlawn needs a 3 right now. They can settle for not much else. And that is
a shot and a foul there.
Oh, and that is Taylor Tanaka fouled out.
That will be Taylor's 5th, as she will take a seat with 32 seconds left. And now the Panthers Get to find a person to replace her as Corey Dawson will check in.
Let me just say it this way. If this game ends up in overtime, that is not a player the Panthers want missing.
Yeah, so Panthers got to be best if they can finish it in regulation, as that one is no good.
And this puts Woodlawn in a very, very rough position. If they make this shot, they absolutely need a 3 this next time, and they might be better off miss. And
they make it. So Panthers shot clock inactive, everyone. It does not matter, but the Panthers got to get it in, and they turn it over, and they lay it in. So we've got a 2-point ball game. And this one just got interesting. The inbounds pass was intercepted and laid right back in. So now we have a 2-point game with 30.3 seconds left.
And that is not the time you want your ball handling woes to come back if you're the Lady Panthers. They have been doing so much better of a job at that. Full credit to them today, but that is not the time that you want those to show up.
And the first shot is good from McIntyre.
Massive shot there. That puts them up 3 if they can.
This one is massive with the shot clock inactive, and it's up and is good. Great, great shot from McIntyre as we'll have on-the-ball pressure as Dawson will check out and Prain, will check back in.
And this puts Woodlawn in a must-make a 3 situation.
And there's the 3, and it's no good. Rebound by the Panthers. And now out in transition, it's keep away time, as that is going to be an intentional foul there on Lily Faye McWhirter. So that's going to be an intentional on McWhirter.
And that is McWhirter fouled out. Ava Harrington seemingly hit the ground a little bit hard. And first shot bounces off.
And that one is good also, so that's going to do it. 14.5 seconds left.
I wouldn't be saying that yet, Dalton. Texas A&M came back with like
that's true. But Panthers are going to have possession as they get it in, and another foul there.
I'll give you this one though, Dalton. If they make even one of these next 2 shots, that might just do it.
Yeah, and this in theory is a 2-possession game, Will. So 2 offensive possessions in 13 seconds is unlikely.
And that might just do it.
And that's Prain that extends the lead to 6. That one's no good. And the offensive rebound by Corey Dawson. And that one just might do it. 10.9, a 6-point lead.
Yeah, Panthers make one here. That does it.
And that's going to foul out number 23. That's going to be Mack for the Lady Bears as she exits, Holland. That's Holland. Addison Holland will foul out. As that one is missed there from Dawson. So a 6-point lead here with 10.9. And the Panthers had a scare. Led by 12 at one point. Got within a 2-point game. And then they extended out to a 7-point game. Do not foul if you're Magnet Cove. And the 3 is up and it rattles off as we're going to have a foul call there
And then Dalton, that does it too late, too little time left to get shots up.
And Woodlawn came back in just not in a timely manner as they found themselves within 2 with just under a minute left to go. Could not convert in the last minute, and so that after these free throws will wrap this one up. That one is no good.
And it's not even necessarily that they came back at a bad time. It's just that free throws cost teams partly, and partly it's just that you had to foul at that point, and the Panthers just made their free throws, and that's the difference in this game.
That ball is batted away with 1.3, so that's going to do it as the Panthers will inbound this in the last second point 3 will wind off the clock. As that is going to do it, the buzzer will blow, and the Panthers have started off undefeated in conference play, a 47-40 win over the Lady Bears. So that will wrap this one up. There will be a different stream for the senior boys game that is coming up next. So we appreciate y'all tuning in to the Cove Student Network. We'll be right back with more basketball.